Fellow bass nerds, I got amazing news for you. I'm doing a giveaway for my favorite bass pedal of all time, the Big Booty Judy. In this video, I'm gonna go over what the Big Booty Judy pedal does, why it was created, and some of your favorite bassists that currently use it on tour and on the road, besides me, of course. Next, I wanna make sure that you hear what it actually sounds like live on stage in the mix and not just me playing it here in my living room. So I'm gonna show you a couple of videos of me playing it live with a bunch of different basses, active, passive, 4-string, 5-string, and you can hear what it sounds like in a bunch of different genres. Then we'll take a look at the pedal itself and go over its controls and my personal settings that I use when I play with it live. And finally, of course, we'll go over how you can enter the giveaway if this is a pedal that you're interested in. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So what is the Big Booty Judy pedal and why was it created? Well, back in the time of dinosaurs, there used to be this pedal called a rat pedal. And it was this crazy distortion pedal that a lot of rock and punk and metal bassists would take and use to get this insane distortion sound. But the problem with it was that when they would use that, it would suck all of the low end out of their bass. So this handsome fellow by the name of Jordan Ray Landers thought to himself, wow, I really like how a rat sounds, and I really love how a turbo rat sounds, but I want to maintain the low end in my bass playing when I play with that kind of sound. And out of this dilemma, Big Booty Judy was born. So Jordan created his own rat and turbo rat pedal essentially, but it has a blend knob which allows you to blend in your clean signal and maintain a certain amount of low end that you choose. So that's what Big Booty Judy is. It's a pedal that can switch between a rat setting and a turbo rat setting that allows you to control how much of your clean signal is blended in, how much distortion is in it, the volume of the distortion, and you have a high cut filter in here as well. After you hear what the pedal sounds like live, you'll understand why it's named Big Booty Judy. Some bassists that you may be familiar with who have used the pedal are Mr. Feasel El Kazragi of Loathe, Zach Cooper of Coheed and Cambria, Kyle Conkeal of Bad Wolves, and of course Ronnie Ficarro from Mammoth. Oh, and one other bassist, me. Okay, so now that we have that covered, I want to actually watch some videos with you of me playing it live so you can hear what it sounds like with active basses, passive basses, 4 strings, 5 strings, and in a bunch of different genres. All right, let's get into the next video. Oh man, I'm smiling because that's one of my favorite songs to use this pedal on, but also that's such a great bass to use with this pedal. It's a 1976 Gibson Grabber. Of course it's passive. I have the pickup slid down by the bridge, and that bass is strung up in B-E-A-D, which just makes it sound even more gnarly. But yeah, as you can see on the screen, I'm also using a dark glass micro tubes paired with a Sans amp. That just gives it a little bit more clang. But I'd say about 85% of the clang in this is coming from Big Booty Judy. This next one's great. Okay, you get the gist. Whew. When I heard that new Sleep Token song that came out, the first thing that I grabbed was my Big Booty Judy pedal. The second thing that I grabbed was my Gibson G3. So you've seen a bunch of passive basses with the Big Booty Judy. What I want to show you now is me playing an active Stingray with it, because sometimes bass pedals don't react well to an active bass. I'll let you be the judge on if this sounds good or not with an active bass. Yeah, so side note, something that I do in my wedding band is I use distortion in the most inappropriate places, and at this point it's kind of like an inside joke with me and the guitarist. I'll put Big Booty Judy on for like R&B songs like that, just to make it heavy for no reason. It's hilarious watching the crowd just mean mug and be like, so, but that was an active bass with Big Booty Judy. There's a couple other videos, but I don't want to include them in this YouTube video because it'll get copyright striked and then blah, 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 you know, that's a whole thing. So that's what it sounds like live. Now, I actually want to show you the pedal on my pedal board so we could go over the controls together, what each knob does, so on and so forth. So this is my Dingwall D-Rock 5. I got the volume all the way up, tone all the way up. I have it on the middle pickup right here. So that's That's the clean sound. And I have everything set to noon on Big Booty Judy. I'm going to start with the rat setting. That is with everything set to noon. Now I'm going to put it on the turbo rat setting. That's with my fingers, no pick as of now. This is with a pick, with the rat setting. And this is with the turbo rat. Okay, so again, this video is not really meant to be like a demo, like playing video like that, but of course I want you to hear what it sounds like. So the pedal turns on, the R stands for rat. When it's switched into that setting, you have the rat. This is going to mimic the sound of a rat. When it's set to T, this is going to mimic the sound of a turbo rat. Next, the B, this is the magic knob. This is the blend knob. So all the way to the right is full clean signal. When you start to introduce the knob to the left, you hear the distortion coming in. You're blending in the Big Booty Judy pedal. So all the way to the left is going to suck out more of that low end. You're going to get a lot more distortion, depending on how you have everything else set. All the way to the right is your clean signal. I keep my setting personally at about 75% clean signal because I want to maintain the majority of the low end. But anywhere from there to about 50% is good for me. I like 75%. Next, this is the high cut. So this all the way up is going to be less clangy than all the way to the left. You hear how clangy that is? So I personally keep this at about noon. So it's still clangy, but we wear in-ears on stage, so if this is set all the way to the left, that's going to cut everyone's ears into pieces. So I personally leave it at about 50% there. And I always leave it on turbo rat. I love the turbo rat setting on this. Okay, the V and the D. The V is the volume of the distortion, and the D is the amount of distortion. So here you can control the volume of the distortion. So this isn't the amount, this is the volume of the distortion you have picked here. So that's a lot of distortion volume. That's no distortion volume. I keep this here, and the D stands for the amount of distortion. So medium amount of distortion, a lot of distortion, no distortion. I keep this right there. And these are my settings when I play. And that's what it sounds like when I play. So if you're interested in winning her, here's how you enter the giveaway. The giveaway is happening on Instagram, so make sure you go there. Step 1, go to Instagram and follow @GCJams, @BackburnerNoise, and @JordanRayLanders. Step number 2 is to like and save the post. Step number 3, share the post to your story and tag @BackburnerNoise. And for additional entries, step number 4 is not a requirement, but you can tag up to 5 friends individually. If you tag them all in one comment, it won't count as 5 different entries. Make sure you tag them individually in different comments because the algorithm likes that apparently. This giveaway will be happening from now up and through July 4th. The winner will be announced on Instagram on July 4th. The last thing I want to say is it's so cool to be doing this with a pedal that's specifically made for bassists. It's so rare. So the fact that Jordan actually made this pedal for bassists and another bassist will be winning this pedal and using it and enjoying it makes me really happy. As you know, I don't work in corporate America anymore. This is what I do now. So thank you for liking, subscribing, commenting, all the stuff that the algorithm likes because it does help me out. So thank you very much. And I'll see you guys in the next video.